Hey, what's going on guys, it's Carbon here, and today I'm going to show you guys a button layout that is an alternative to a Scuf controller. Now this is definitely going to make you a better player in Call of Duty, and that's for sure. Now just want to let you know, it's not bumper jumper, just so you know right at the start, because I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube, bumper jumper option in Call of Duty being an alternative to a Scuf controller, which it is a pretty good one, but it doesn't work for me. So I just want to let you know right at the start, it's not bumper jumper, it's a different control layout that I kind of researched myself. It worked for me, so I thought I would share this with you guys. So, I mean, if you do own a Scuf controller, definitely go with it, because it is obviously a better choice than this, because it is definitely going to work better than this. And the only reason I don't own a Scuf is it's way too expensive. Now I live in Canada, and there's apparently this Canadian duty tax on top of the regular price. There's like a $40 duty tax or something, I don't know, man. It cost me about $250 if I wanted to buy a Scuf with all the options and all that to get it to shipped here. So it's way too much. I don't want to spend that kind of money on a Scuf controller. So yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the controller setup I'm talking about. Alright guys, so the controller setup I'm talking about here is called stick and move. So if you go into controls here, and if you go down all the way to button layout, so right now I'm at default. So if you take a look at this, is the default setup. I mean, you guys obviously seen what it looks like. By the way, I have flipped this, so this is what the default looks like. Alright, so if you go into button layout, and there's something called stick and move at the very end right here. Now what this is gonna do is that this is gonna make your R3 button. There's a button right underneath your right stump stick, right? So if you press that, it used to be either melee attack, or if you use tactical, it's gonna make you prone or crouch. Now instead of that, it's gonna make you jump this time. So what this is gonna do is that it's gonna help you jump while you shoot, or you don't have to take your hands off the stump stick to jump. So because in default it is in, the jump is on X, right? So when you press X, it's jump, right? So now this is gonna do is that it's gonna make you jump, so that you don't have to take your hands off the stump stick. Now this is what the Scuf controller pretty much does is. Now in Scuf controller, there is two pedals at the back of your controller that is mapped to X and circle. So if you press that, one of the pedals is going to make you jump, and if you press the other pedal, is going to make you crouch or slide. So in that way, you don't have to take your hands off the stump stick to jump or slide. So what the stick and move does is that it changes so that your R3 button will make you jump, so you don't have to take your hands off the stump stick. Now this is gonna work like that pretty well too, but the problem is now that you can't really crouch or prone. Like, I mean, you can, but you have to take your hands off the stump stick to do that. So what I'm gonna do now is, now you can see the stick and move. Now this is actually gonna work pretty well as it is. Like, you don't have to change anything from here, but I like to add a little bit of more so that you can actually crouch and slide in Black Ops 3 without taking your hands off the stump stick. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So this is what I have right now in Black Ops 3, and I also make it so that it's flipped, so that when you fire your weapon, you have to press R1 instead of R2. So you use your top two buttons, right? Instead of the actual triggers, which is actually a better choice, because triggers do have a little bit of like movement to it, right? Because you want it to be able to, like, if you know you're gonna shoot right away, right? Now with the movement in trigger, it's gonna actually take you a bit of time. There's like a millisecond of difference to shoot. So like it's better to use the actual buttons R1 and L1 to aim and shoot. So just so you know that too. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the button layout, or the button assignments in PlayStation 4. So if you go down all the way to settings here, right? So you got settings, right? And then you go into accessibility. Oh, click the wrong one there. Accessibility, and then you go all the way down to button assignments, right? Now I have there's something called enable custom button assignments, and then this is going to show up custom button assignments, and you're going to press that, right? So I'm going to reset this because I don't want to mess it up. So what I do is that, now as you can see in Black Ops 3 right now, if you press the circle is when you crouch or prone or slide in Black Ops 3, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and change that circle to R2, right? That's your right trigger. All right, we're gonna press that. Now when you go into Black Ops 3, when you press R2, you're gonna slide or jump, so you don't have to take your hands off the stump stick. So let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, so right now if I press R2, it's gonna make me crouch or prone or slide instead of throw lethal. So now you have, in order to throw lethal grenades, you have to use your circle. So which is not the best to throw lethals, because you have to use the circle now, and it's gonna make it a little harder because your hands on, like, you're gonna want to be aiming while you're throwing your grenades, right? So you kind of have to use your other thumb to do that, which is gonna make it a little bit harder. But in terms of gunfights, you're gonna win a lot of gunfights with this. Now you can jump and slide or crouch at the same time without taking your hands off the thumbstick. So, and remember, now this is permanent. When you do this, like, it's happening for all of the PlayStation options. It's not just for Black Ops 3. Now, if you wanted to go back, like right here in this screen, if you wanted to go back, you have to press R2 instead of the circle, right? So that's gonna be a little bit weird. So right after you're done playing Call of Duty, you can go back to the button assignments and just going back into accessibility and go back into button assignments and just simply disable it. All right, so once you enable it back, it's always there. All right, so you can pretty much, so in terms of button layouts, you can try this out and work the best layout for you. Like, you can change all these things and make it so that it works better for you. I think this is a good choice as well. But if you think that there's a better option, you can do that. All right, so that being said, guys, like I said, like, you can either change it to R1-2, because then you don't also have to take your hands off, or sorry, or not R1, L2. You don't have to take your hands off the thumbstick too. So you can use, instead of the R2, you can actually make it so that it's L3. All right, so that way you can actually use your grenades like you normally do. So depending on what lethal or equipment that you use, like let's say if you use a lot of grenades, then make it so that L3 is your crouch or crouch or prone movement. If you're using a lot of flashbangs and stuff like that, so make it R2. So right now I made it R2. Okay, so right now I made it R2 so that I can use my equipment, so I can use my flash and I can use my smokes like I normally do. So depending on what you normally use. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for this controller layout. Let me know how it works out for you, just so you know. Like I said, it's permanent when you do this. It's not just for Call of Duty. It's gonna work for every feature in Black Ops 3. So if you wanted to go back now, you have to press R2. All right, so right after you're done playing Call of Duty, just go back and just simply disable it, so that you don't have to worry about it in other games or anything like that. So when you press it back, it's back there. Alright, guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you learned something. I hope this works for you. I mean, it's not gonna work you very well right away. You might mess up a bit because it's brand new. Give it a couple of days, give it a couple of hours, see how it works out for you, right? And then if it doesn't work out for you, you can always go back to button assignments and change it yourself, and just change it what you feel is most comfortable or most natural to you. All right, so just try it out, see how it works for you. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I hope it makes you a better player and it helps you out a lot, because scuffs are expensive. I don't want to spend so much money on a scuff, so hopefully this way you can save some money on a scuff. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and please give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe for this channel. It helps out a lot, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys.